What you see right behind me is Colorado and Southern 20.
Colorado and Southern 20 was built by the Colorado Central Shops in Golden, Colorado in 1878 and is a combination baggage coach. The coach was originally built as a coach baggage car and originally used by the Colorado Central Railroad and originally numbered as Colorado Central 6 and used on passenger trains of the Colorado Central Railroad. Then in 1885 it was renumbered as Union Pacific 736 and used on the narrow gauge Union Pacific line on passenger trains. Then in 1890 it was transferred to the Union Pacific Denver and Gulch as Union Pacific Denver and Gulch 736. Then in 1897 was renumbered to Union Pacific Denver and Gulch 46 and was used on the Union Pacific Denver and Gulch line. Then in 1899 the car was finally transferred to the Colorado and Southern Railroad and renumbered as Colorado and Southern 121 as it was given that number. Then in 1906 was renumbered as Colorado and Southern 20, which it is presently, and even says Adams Express Company next to the baggage door as well. Colorado and Southern 20 was rebuilt in 1915 and lost its baggage and platform if it hadn't earlier. In 1925 the coach was designated a wrecking outfit car and renumbered as Colorado and Southern 025. Then later the coach went back to being number 20 and was then retired and went to be part of the Central City Opera House Association in Central City, Colorado in 1941 and hauled up the canyon to Black Hawk, Colorado. In 1987 it was then restored to operation and ran for a couple more years on a tourist railroad called the Colorado Central Narrow Gauge Railroad and being hauled by Colorado and Southern 28071 and then was moved to Silver Plume, Colorado and then came back to Central City, Colorado where it is placed on display in front of the Coeur d'Alene mine overlooking the city. It was then put on top of a stone wall in its current spot next to the Grand Z Casino in Central City, Colorado, where it is set on display behind the steam locomotive today.